What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. It is the big one. It is predictions time. Ireland taking on New Zealand this Saturday, and what should be one hell of an exciting game. Probably going to be the big one of the weekend. I mean, all quarterfinals are going to be absolutely epic, but this one comes down to who is going to be the stronger team on the day. Who can go all the way? Who can go that extra mile in order to prove their countrymen right or wrong? We've heard a lot of chirps from Irish riders, New Zealand riders. It's been a battle. It's been a battle of the words. It's been a battle of the excitement. It is going to be a game to remember. And I honestly cannot wait to see who picks up victory here. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard-hitting. It's going to be, I'm hoping, lots of points scored. If we look at the history, not a lot of points have been scored by these two teams. Last time they met, last year, 2018, 17 November, Ireland beating New Zealand 16 points to 9. Hey, a lot of people were talking about this one being the game. The game. Could this be a potential final? Could it be semi-final, quarter-final? Well, it is a quarter-final. And could we see a change? If we look at the fate here, obviously, the last time Ireland beat New Zealand before this was in Chicago. They won 40 to 29 points, breaking that all-important streak of New Zealand at the time. We flash back a few weeks later, it wasn't about a week and a half later, we saw New Zealand win 21-9. And then Ireland have won. Will we see New Zealand pick up a victory? Or will Ireland be able to break the streak, break the curse of getting past that quarterfinal stage? Never been done before. Can Ireland finally do it? And what a better way to do it than beating the best team in the world? But if we look at history, if we look at stats, it's going to be important for these teams to really forget about that. Their focus needs to be on the day, how they play, how they take it, how they get a game plan, and how they move forward. We've got two great coaches, and I did a video yesterday about them. Steve Hansen versus Joe Schmidt, both New Zealand masterminds in the coaching era. They know each other well. They know the history. They know what to do. They know the strengths. They know the weaknesses. So it's going to be important for them to really take on this opportunity with full force and go at it strong. If they can do that, then they can pick up a victory. Who will that be? Well, we're going to have to wait and see for that one, because it's going to be one hell of a contest. If we look at the recent form of these two teams, obviously, forgetting about the draw, it's not good. It wasn't a draw because of the rained-out game, but New Zealand have been on a little bit of a roll. 71-9 versus Namibia, 63-0 versus Canada, 22-13 versus South Africa, 92-7 versus Tonga. So they've been really on a good winning streak for during this World Cup and the warm-ups. Obviously, New Zealand drew with South Africa. They lost to Australia, but they're going to want to forget about those results. Focus at the prize at hand. That is this massive game. Ireland's last 5 games: 47-5 to Samoa, 35-0 to Russia. Still believe they should have scored more there. 19-12 lost to Japan. That's the biggest talking point of their World Cup at this stage, because they lost to Japan. 27-3 to Scotland, a very weak Scottish side going against quite a solid Irish side. And then 19-10 to Wales, and they beat Wales before that to knock them off. They entered the tournament number 1. They're now going at it at number 4th, so they're going to want to fight back for that position. About doing that, they need to beat the best team in the world. Great results for both teams. Obviously, the draw is going to knock New Zealand a bit, but again, to me, it doesn't count. They would have beaten Italy. Whether you like them or not, they would have beaten Italy. But Ireland need to forget about the loss to Japan and focus on the points at hand. Focus on what's going forward. Like I said with New Zealand, they're going to want to forget about the draw to South Africa, the loss to Australia. Focus on the prize. And you've clearly seen they've done that. They dominated the World Cup. South Africa could have had the opportunities to beat New Zealand, but they couldn't capitalize. Ireland could have had the opportunities against Japan, but they didn't capitalize. Japan were just too strong. The battles I'm looking forward to in this game, Bowden Barrett, Johnny Sexton, or Bowden Barrett, Richie Mwanga. It's going to be exciting. George Bridge, if he plays, Richie Mwanga, obviously great player. Rico Ioane, if selected, Sevu Reece, against the likes of Keith Earls, a legend of the game, great force, great player. Stockdale, another force. Been a bit quiet in this World Cup, in my opinion, but this is the opportunity for him to silence the critics, to come back and fight. Joey Carberry, great player. Ty Byrne, I mean, come on. Both these teams have amazing depth within their squads, and it's going to be the key. You got Aaron Smith, TJ and TJ Perenara. I mean, come on, two phenomenal scrummers. But I'm looking forward to the battle of Conor Murray, Aaron Smith this weekend. It is going to be electric. We're going to see something special. We're going to see two phenomenal scrummers fighting it out to see who could be the best. I mean, it's going to be great. Whitelock versus, I mean, you've got James Ryan. You've got Peter Amani taking on Kieran Reid. The depth within, the talent within both these squads is absolutely amazing. And to see them battle it out in a quarterfinal, which decides their fate, is honestly going to be something special and something exciting for us to witness as rugby fans. I'm really looking forward to this game, and I think it's going to be something special to witness. New Zealand have dominated these two's rivalry throughout the years, but the past 2016 and 2018, Ireland have picked up a victory. But in that same year, New Zealand have fought back, and that's one thing Joe Schmidt and Rory Best will be aware of, as to Kieran Reid and Steve Hansen. The leadership within these squads need to really take it at hand and go for it when all ends up. They're going to have to fight, they're going to have to play, they're going to have to go at it. And that brings me to the hard part of this video. The predictions. Who the hell is going to win this game? Can Ireland break the curse? Or will New Zealand hit that opportunity, get ever so close to three-peat? It's a word that everyone's been talking about. Can they make it their fourth World Cup? Or will Ireland make history, beat New Zealand, go on and win their first ever World Cup? That we will only find out after Saturday. But for me, in prediction-wise, I really reckon this game is going to be a kicking game in the first half. We're going to see Sexton and Barrett and Mwanga really go for the points. All ends up. I think humidity is going to be a key factor for these teams. New Zealand have played in rain, they've played in heat. But Ireland as well, they've had their moments. But it all comes down to who's the most disciplined. And I said this for England and Australia as well. Who was the most disciplined on the game? Who has the energy, the electricity to go the extra mile to pick up that all-important victory? And who can be the one to not fumble the ball a bit? And that was something that worried me a little bit with Ireland. They just couldn't go that extra mile against Japan. But even going back on New Zealand, when they played Canada, it wasn't the hardest game of rugby. And they made a lot of errors. There were certain talking points that were in. So as long as they're both disciplined, focused, and mentally ready, they can go at it. But first off, I see it being a point-scoring game. Kick here. And then it's going to come down to the last 15 minutes. And I've always said this, and I'll say it again. The last 15 minutes is probably New Zealand's strongest ever. But Ireland managed to hold them out. Can they do it again, is the question. However, the depth and the quality of squad that New Zealand bring, I just don't see them. I just don't see Ireland beating them. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be within 7 points as well as the Aussie-England game, in my opinion. I think it could come down to last-minute points. Could come down to a last-minute try. But I think the pressure of getting past the quarterfinal is going to be on the minds of Ireland. It's going to be on their stress point. It's going to be their worry point, unfortunately, going for it. I love both teams. I've got so much respect for both teams. But I do think New Zealand are going to be victorious at the end of it. Whoever gets it deserves it. Whoever wins this game could be the next world champion. But we'll have to wait and see. I wish it was South Africa playing Ireland. I thought that would have been a great game. But hey, you've got two quality teams who've battled it out. and I'm excited for them both. So to New Zealand and Ireland, may the best team win. Go out there, play with love, respect and passion for the game. My prediction for this one, New Zealand to win by 7 points. If I'm wrong, I'll be delighted for the Irish. But also, if I'm right, I will be happy for New Zealand because it just proves the greatness that they bring. I do hope that there are no cards. I hope there's no referee drama. I really don't want to see that decide this game at the end of it. So both teams, good luck. To Ireland and New Zealand fans, go mad, have fun. I'll see you guys on the stream on Saturday, because don't you worry, there's no ways in hell I am missing this game or this stream. All the best to both teams. Enjoy the game, play it to the best of your ability, and go out there, make your countrymen proud. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you at the stream. New Zealand versus Ireland. It's going to be a cracking game. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.